Beyblade X's SharkScale has honestly surprised me because it shouldn't be this strong. In this video, we're gonna be trying out SharkScale against some of Beyblade X's best meta combinations. So if you are excited and like bays that spin, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts. Make sure to check out Mall of Bays. We import from Japan and we are Canadian based. And also, we have pre-orders up for the Solar Eclipse Beyblade. It is an optional way to support the channel, and I appreciate any and all support regardless. So why I picked this combination, so for the SharkScale blade, I mean this is already a pretty good blade for smash attacks, so my goal here is to try to maximize whatever potential I want to kind of do with it. So that's when I thought, hey, you know, we already have the short height of 450, and my copy of this ratchet is pretty tight, so I just thought let's use it. Then after we get interesting, why am I picking low rush instead of just doing like under flat? I just feel like under flat doesn't have much stamina, and low rush has pretty good controlled movement, so we pretty much have almost the stock combination, just changed with a bit that's a little bit easier for me to use, so we'll see how it does against its opponents. Alright, now we're going to be doing things a little bit interesting here. We're going to be using the resource of MetaBays, where it basically takes the Ontario Beyblading community's Beyblade events, and it takes and logs the top cut, the best winning combinations, and then after logs the data. I think it is a good reference point, which I'll leave a link in the description that you can check out. In this, for the most part, I'll be trying to pick the top 4 combinations and try to see how SharkScale does against all of them. So presenting number 4, we have Silverwolf on 960 low orb that has 66 appearances in our meta. So Silverwolf is a very, very good defensive blade that can really tank a lot of these attackers and destabilize it. 960 is a low height ratchet where with 9 sides it's going to be a little bit hard to burst. Then after paired up with low orb, it has good stamina and defensive properties, and your goal with this combination against SharkScale is going to be seeing whether or not it can destabilize it or tank a lot of those attacks. It's pretty much low stamina defense versus a low height attacker, so let's see how it goes. One rip. One rip. Ooh! One rip. Jump rip. Alrighty, SharkScale is going around and oh fuck! Jump rip. Alrighty, CanScale make some good contact here. Come on. One rip. Uh-oh. Drilling rip. I'm gonna get that points. Drilling rip. I had to risk it. Okay. No, it was just a tough matchup for it. Okay.
Free spinning plastic wheel definitely helped.
So against something like Silverwolf, I actually think this was a very, very close matchup, where we basically saw that against Silverwolf here, what SharkScale really needed to do was hope to either burst it or try to knock it out. But I think Wolf did a really good job here in managing to tank Scale and really outlast it. It was a very, very close score, and Wolf did manage to edge it out. So I do think in a matchup like this, Silverwolf does have an advantage with those defensive properties to be able to tank out and wear down SharkScale's attacks, because otherwise SharkScale is just not going to be able to keep up with trying to knock out Wolf and just end up losing so much stamina. Next up with the third combination, Cobalt Dragoon 560 Elevate. This is a pretty common combination, because what Cobalt Dragoon is going to do is it's going to destabilize the opponent, and then after paired up with the 560 Ratchet, I feel this gives a good support in balance. Afterwards, when you pair this up with Elevate, your goal is just to equalize against the opponent in the end game. So when we're looking at Cobalt Dragoon here, the goal is to try to destabilize Shark and try to equalize in the end game, and hopefully, it does not burst this combo, because that would be very sad. What the fuck was that? Through rip. Nice try. Good try. Good. What the fuck? Okay, I can't light. Jump, rip. Rip. Yeah, buddy, you're not gonna get me. Keep on rip. Rip. Keep on rip. You know I'm still gonna win. No, unless you say no! Jump rip. I was about to say. Oh! Jump rip. I need that extreme. Oh, no. Shit out of luck, shit out of luck. Yo! Come on! Okay, so the results here are a little bit surprising to me because it's a lot closer than I would have thought. I would have just assumed that, you know, a Cobalt should have just been able just to like easily tank it or have decent success. So something I did expect Shark to do was to burst Cobalt Dragoon on Elevate, which we didn't really actually get too many that I logged on. There were a few KOs, whatever. Cobalt is a little tricky to launch against certain builds. Either be careful not to launch too hard or too light. So I think overall this is going to be a matchup where I feel since SharkScale is placed a lot lower with its metal, you might be able to kind of push up on the Cobalt Dragoon blade and maybe force a bit burst or get those KOs. And I think that's going to be a pretty interesting strategy against a build like that. Again, I don't think Cobalt Dragoon is some super scary combination. I just think this is going to be something where, in general, you do have to really watch out how you shoot to try to stop it. Meaning you have to make sure the Cobalt Dragoon player does not try to read you and stop a lot of your attack momentum to make you just lose by outspin. Okay, now next up is going to be Phoenix Swing on 360 Rush. So Phoenix Swing's just a hard-hitting attack blade that just does pretty good in the meta. Now, I'm just using 360 just because I have my new copy and I wanted to use it, but paired up with Rush for a controlled hard-hitting attacker, we'll see how it does. Jump rip. Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Jump rip. I'm getting that win. Jump rip. Jump rip. No, jump rip. Jump rip. Oh no. Rip. Jump rip. Oh, I get it. It's a big Phoenix one. Rip. That shit's mine. Don't rip. Don't rip. So a lot of the results here against the Phoenix Swing were pretty interesting. I do think if I didn't do a 360, maybe, you know, wouldn't have bursted as bad. But I do think overall what we're seeing is that while Shark did get outspun quite a bit, Shark just hit so hard where it's able to compete with a lot of these top contenders of these attack types and do really well against them. So I'm really impressed by its attack versus attack performance where even if, let's say, the stamina for the end game maybe isn't like too insane, I think just because of the fact that it hits so hard, it doesn't really make it an issue for me for this blade. Okay, we have our last combination, and this is going to be the scariest one. This has over 200 appearances on Metabase. Now listen, this combo needs no introduction. Wizard Rod is a good stamina blade with defensive properties. 160 is very good for bouncing around the stadium and escaping pockets. And Hex is just a good bit all around just because it gives that stamina in the end game and good resistance. So this should probably do pretty good against the Shark Beyblade. I mean, we'll see if it can. Jump rip. Jump rip. How? Jump rip. Jump rip. Jump rip. If I still get this win, that's gonna be nuts. 3, 2, 1, go. Jump rip. Don't rip! Clean. Don't rip! Jump rip! Jump rip! Okay, this is so nuts. Because if we look at the results here, dude, Shark's only issue is that if it can't get like some of those like hits at the start, I don't know, it'll probably die. But it kept on doing some super nice KOs and getting like those big hits. Now, I don't think you have to be super low height just to pull this off. But what it shows to me is that Shark is able to really compete well against a lot of these top contenders because it just hits so good and does very good to shove opponents out of the stadium. So just to end off for the final thoughts section, I would say that overall when you're looking at the results here, SharkScale's benefit is that it hits super hard. I think it's very good against other attackers. It's very good against our defense/stamina options. It can very much do some nice bursting. Overall, if I were to place this in the current meta right now, I do think this is really good against a lot of our top contender stuff, which even now I'm still trying to think about its placements and everything. But I would say if you do have this blade, it's going to be very solid. The other parts, you know, 450, if you have like a tight copy, you're probably going to be pretty happy. And if you have a loose copy and it bursts a lot, probably not going to be fun. Whatever the quality control that Karatomi has for it. Under flat, I want to try a little bit more, but I'm not too crazy on it just for its stamina. But I'll see whatever can work out for a future video. Yeah, that's how we're ending off the video. It's Mako Summer. She got Gill Shark. Actually, she said, I don't think she owns that one. But then after Whale Flame, which I don't know if she even owns that one either. But after SharkScale. Anyways, 3 of the Mako motifs during the summer. That's pretty cool. That's it for this video. I'm literally stalling for the end screens. Thanks for watching. Take care and bye.